SCOTUS dumped some of Trump's tariffs. Contrary to the false stories circulating that SCOTUS is in Trump's back pocket, the High Court just handed him a major defeat. Since returning the presidency, Trump has implemented a variety of tariffs and cut a number of trade deals with those threatened tariffs in his back pocket. The broadest authority to implement tariffs that he asserted was based on the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEPA for short. This 1977 law grants the president broad economic powers caused by a national emergency. Of course, defining the nature of those powers and the type of emergency was not spelled out. Trump said that illegal drugs from Canada and Mexico was a national health emergency and that the huge trade deficits run by the USA for decades was an economic emergency. SCOTUS took a structured view of that law and said while powers are granted to the president, the word tariff is not mentioned. Further, the decision said that it is the Congress that handles financial matters like this. That was the basis of the 6-3 ruling against Trump. Interestingly, the decision of the High Court includes a reference to the various laws that do allow the president to impose tariffs. Specialized tariffs such as the one on foreign steel were not impacted by the SCOTUS decision. Trump came out harshly criticized the decision of the court. I have an issue with this as there has been talk about harassment of SCOTUS justices at their homes, which was blamed on the Dems. If the GOP wants to take the high ground, this is not the path forward. I'm a hardcore law and order person, and the court applied the literal and obvious meaning of IEPA. I've been concerned since the use of IEPA was announced by the current administration that this was not a carefully thought out approach to tariffs. Let me emphasize that I support retaliatory tariffs and trade policies. America has been ripped off by our trading partners for decades. I just want to make sure that it is done right so a situation like this does not occur again. Trump has authority under the 1974 Trade Act, Section 122, to implement tariffs for 150 days unless extended by Congress. So he quickly announced a 10% across-the-board tariff under that provision. He then changed that later to 15% across the board. There are also statutes like other sections of that Trade Act, Section 201 and 301, and Section 338 of the Tariff Act all the way back to 1930. As if and how any tariff refunds would be made, that's an open issue. I've heard reported that many of the countries which have reached trade deals with the Trump administration have doubled down on maintaining them. Of course, a couple of the Dem governors who opposed Trump claimed every person in their state should get a nice refund check. That is not going to happen, although many will get a larger tax refund due to the recently passed Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. This is Dr. David D. Shine. Thanks for joining me for this special edition of Saving America. Remember, a new Saving America show is aired on the Brushwood Media Network every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Listen on any of the 16 network stations, Apple or Google mobile app, Apple CarPlay, TuneIn, Smart Speaker, and all smart TVs. Find more information at the brushwoodmedianetwork.com. Please be sure to join us each week. We welcome and love your feedback from our growing audience.